Do you want more success in what you do? More peace, more clarity, and a life that finally makes sense? Then look around you. Look at what you are doing every single day, because it is not a distant future that changes your life. It is what you choose to put in order today. External disorder is nothing more than a reflection of internal confusion, a scattered mind, a routine without direction, a life surrounded by distractions that quietly drain your energy. But when you decide to focus on bringing order, something powerful begins to happen. Small disciplined actions become solid foundations, and those foundations create clarity, confidence, and new possibilities. As Epictetus said, first tell yourself who you want to be, then do what you must do. That is the heart of transformation. In this video, we begin with powerful Stoic practices that function as mental weapons, a shield against discouragement and a sword against stagnation. Welcome to Master Your Mind, where we apply Stoic philosophy to real life, so you can build discipline, clarity, and inner strength. Practice 1. Train your concentration. In a world where your attention is constantly under attack, focus has become rare, and what is rare is powerful. The ability to concentrate deeply on one thing at a time is a competitive advantage in every area of life. Marcus Aurelius understood that the human mind constantly tries to escape the present moment. His advice was direct: concentrate on each task as if it were the only thing that exists. Precision, seriousness, presence. But the real enemy of concentration is not only external noise, it is internal noise. Worries replaying in your head, imaginary conversations, old resentments, unfinished thoughts. This silent chaos steals more energy than any notification ever could. Seneca once wrote that even surrounded by noise, the mind can remain steady if it is trained. Concentration is not a gift, it is discipline. For the next 7 days, choose one simple task per day and give it your full attention. Work without checking your phone. Eat without distractions. Listen to someone without preparing your reply. When you stop dividing your attention, you regain control of your life. Practice 2. Build a strong body and a resilient mind. This may not sound philosophical, but it is deeply Stoic. A weak body often produces a weak will. The Stoics were not fragile thinkers. They trained their bodies, endured discomfort, and embraced physical challenge. They understood that physical discipline strengthens mental authority. When your body obeys your decisions instead of your impulses, your confidence grows. Every time you move, when you do not feel like it, you reinforce a powerful identity. I do what must be done. Movement is not about appearance, it is about self-governance. A simple walk, a workout, cold exposure, waking up earlier than comfort allows. These are acts of internal leadership. For the next 7 days, impose one intentional physical effort on yourself daily. It does not have to be extreme, but it must require will. You are not only building muscle, you are building discipline, and discipline is the backbone of clarity. Practice 3. Change your attitude, not just your environment. Many people believe their problems live outside of them. They think a new city, a new job, or a new relationship will solve everything. But if the mindset remains the same, the pattern repeats. Seneca warned that you must change the mind, not the place. If you carry disorder inside, you will recreate disorder outside. Escaping feels easier than transforming, but transformation gives you power. Ask yourself honestly, are you blaming circumstances for habits that belong to you? Real change begins when you stop running and start rebuilding from within. Practice 4. Free yourself from bad habits. Seneca once asked, "Show me a man who is not a slave." He was not speaking about physical chains, but mental ones. One person is enslaved to pleasure, another to money, another to approval, another to fear. Modern chains look like constant scrolling, impulse spending, validation addiction, emotional dependence, and habits you claim you cannot live without. If you cannot abstain from something, it controls you. Freedom begins when you can say no. Choose one habit that weakens your discipline and confront it directly. Reduce it, interrupt it, question it. Your greatness cannot coexist with mental slavery. Practice 5. Decide with reason, not impulse. Emotion is powerful, but unfiltered emotion is dangerous. Impulsive decisions often plant the seeds of long-term regret. The Stoics did not eliminate emotion, they disciplined it. Before making any important decision, pause and ask yourself, if I were calm right now, would I still choose this? That single question can prevent financial mistakes, broken relationships, and unnecessary suffering. Emotion is fire. It gives energy and movement, but reason is the hand that carries the torch. Together they illuminate the path. Alone, they burn everything in sight. Practice 6. Focus on action. One of the most dangerous habits is waiting for the perfect moment. We tell ourselves we will start when things calm down, when we feel more motivated, when conditions improve. But that moment rarely comes. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that we know what is good for us, yet we delay. Procrastination is not laziness. It is avoidance disguised as preparation. The Stoic does not wait for ideal conditions. He acts with what is available now. The best moment to begin was yesterday. The second best moment is now. Every result you desire in the future depends on a decision you make today. Ask yourself, what action are you postponing that could change your life? Stop negotiating with yourself and take the first step immediately. Action creates clarity, not the other way around. Practice 7. Create your own value. Nothing is more fragile than a life built on external approval. If your sense of worth depends on applause, you will always be unstable. Today praised, tomorrow criticized. Seneca warned that the person who seeks validation places their happiness in the hands of others. From childhood, we are conditioned to believe we matter only when we perform well or receive praise. But opinions shift constantly. The Stoic builds identity on character, not applause. Imagine a statue in a public square. Some days it receives admiration, other days insults. Yet the stone remains the same. You must become that stone. Build your value through your actions, your discipline, your integrity, when no one is watching. When your worth comes from within, criticism loses its power and praise loses its control. Practice 8. Stop chasing perfection. Commit to progress. Perfectionism often disguises fear, fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of not being enough. It can paralyze growth more than laziness ever could. The Stoics did not aim for flawlessness, they aimed for improvement. Epictetus understood that errors are part of the process. The goal is not to eliminate mistakes entirely, but to reduce them through conscious effort. Progress requires courage, the courage to finish, to deliver, to expose your work even when it is not perfect. If you wait until everything feels ideal, you will never move forward. Growth happens when you act despite imperfection. Excellence is built one disciplined step at a time, not in a single flawless leap. Practice 9. Seek voluntary discomfort. Modern life is comfortable, and comfort weakens resilience. When difficulty appears, many collapse because they have never trained for adversity. The Stoics intentionally exposed themselves to controlled discomfort to strengthen the mind. Just as muscles grow through resistance, character grows through challenge. Choose small voluntary difficulties. Wake up earlier. Take the stairs. Fast occasionally. Have difficult conversations instead of avoiding them. When you prove to yourself that you can endure discomfort, fear loses authority over you. Strength is not built in ease, it is built in friction. Practice 10. Practice forgiveness relentlessly. Holding resentment is like carrying a heavy stone in your pocket. At first it seems manageable, but over time it exhausts you. The pain of betrayal or injustice may be real, but reliving it daily only deepens the wound. Forgiveness is not excusing the wrong. It is refusing to remain chained to it. Waiting for apologies keeps you trapped in dependence. Peace begins when you release the expectation that others must repair what they damaged. You free yourself by deciding not to carry the weight anymore. Write down a resentment that still occupies your mind and consciously choose to let it go. Forgiveness is not weakness, it is self-liberation. When you apply these practices consistently, your life begins to reorganize from the inside out. Focus strengthens your presence. Discipline strengthens your will. Responsibility strengthens your character. Progress replaces perfection. Challenge replaces fragility. Forgiveness replaces bitterness. This is how order is built, not in one dramatic transformation, but in daily conscious decisions. And if you are ready to stop being controlled by distraction, impulse, procrastination, and emotional chaos, the Master Your Mind program was built for you. Inside, you will find a structured mental discipline framework designed to help you develop clarity, emotional control, resilience, and self-mastery in real life. This is not surface-level motivation. This is systematic mental transformation. Access the Master Your Mind program through the link in the description. Subscribe to the channel and continue building discipline, clarity, and inner strength. I will see you in the next video.